And also, good morning to your listeners. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Is there a difference between mentoring someone and just simply giving advice?
Yes, I believe mentorship is one of the few relationships where everyone should leave transformed. We often assume that mentor is the one that has all the answers, but we have learned at NTG in our training academy that our young people are actually challenging us to question long-held examples, embracing new technology in the 4AR world that we live in. So for us, through our Spatial Intelligent Data Science Skills program, we are constantly being reminded by our learners that innovation doesn't belong to one generation. They actually, bring a fresh perspective into how we see things, in seeing opportunities. So we really combine, the energy that we have built through the experience in our other division in the company and ethics, and also our industry experience.
Okay, that's wonderful. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the types of mentorships that you offer. But the value of mentorship at this time, Ms. Dikwayo, let's talk about that. I mean, we live in a world where young people have access to everything. All kinds of information is out there for them to access at any time. At 3 o'clock in the morning, they can access it. But what is the value of that human guidance and the lived experience?
Information really is in abundance, and you said, it's available 24/7. However, you cannot download that professional judgment or that resilience and also, professional maturity. So for us, those qualities, we believe that, they actually then develop the right conversations with our learners and also with our interns that we are mentoring to ensure that, information is turned into valuable data.
Absolutely. And you said something that is quite pivotal to this conversation around mentorship being a two-way exchange, and the both individuals that are involved need to leave both transformed, which is great. So let's unpack that. What can the mentor themselves actually learn from the young people that they are offering support to?
Young people can learn from their mentor through experience, lived experience. But as a mentor yourself also, that inquisitiveness of a young person shifts also how you then view certain decisions, your professional judgment, the landscape in which you see life, and the lens at which, you've been experiencing life. So it's really to say that, we've always been taught that, our elders know. But at the same time, as our elders know, they are also gaining knowledge through the inquisitiveness of young people.
Yes, and I really like that two-way exchange. It's very important for mentorship. We are unpacking the meaning of mentorship and meaningful ways of making sure that we execute mentorship correctly, if I could use that term correctly, right? Especially as we look beyond Mandela Month, how do we mentor young people in ways that are meaningful but also sustainable? Nyawa Dikwayo is joining me on the line, Managing Director at NTG Solutions. We take a break and return.
A legacy isn't a statue or a name carved in a stone. A legacy lives in what people do next. Mandela Month on Channel Africa. Rise and shine with Peter Ndoro and Tsepiso Makwetla.
When we hear the 14th of July, an anthem should come to mind.
I'm waiting. Okay. It's the American.
French.
Huh?
Yes.
But then they must be similar.
The American is.
You had the same thing.
The French is. They're very different.
All right. Now we can hear the
It's
difference.
Bastille Day today, French National Day.
Sorry, French
I
croissants.
know.
French croissants is to the extent of my love.
Oh dear.
Big continent, bigger conversations. Rise and shine with Peter Ndoro and Tsepiso Makwetla. 6 till 9 a.m. on Channel Africa, the African perspective. The Journal with Mmatsheko Mosito. Catch it on the Channel Africa app, SABC Plus, and on channelafrica.co.za. Weekdays from 9 till 12 p.m. Central African Time.
We'll continue conversations in this half hour looking at mentorship and really looking beyond it just being a one-time service. But how do we offer young people guidance, encouragement, and, the benefit of experience beyond just, the big themes of Mandela Day or Mandela Month, as it were, but really making it a sustainable practice for both the mentor's benefit and the mentees benefit. On the line with me, I've got Nyawa Dikwayo, who is a managing director at NTG Solutions. Ms. Dikwayo, let's talk about how one can actually recognize whether this is a fruitful exchange. How can we recognize whether mentorship is actually working?
How we can actually measure, if mentorship is working. For me, I say that, empirical evidence, and that for me translate to impact. When we are able to invest in someone's life growth and journey in a way that alters their trajectory in a positive direction. So not only just leaving you with nuggets of information, but actually, opening the doors that will enable you to be able to elevate to the next level.
Okay. And then perhaps let's look at the different types of mentorship, because a lot of people still, I'm assuming, but I'm imagining that we think of mentorship in a linear way, in a linear fashion, but there is that traditional one-to-one mentorship, but there are other types of mentorships that probably can suit my journey differently to how it can suit your journey. Group mentorship, peer mentorship, one-on-one mentorship, reverse mentorship, I could go on and on, project-based mentorship, etc. So let's talk about the different types and when they would be relevant.
The different types of mentorship, really, as you've already alluded, it then comes from a person then being able to identify which type of mentorship would actually then be suited or curated for their journey. I believe that, we live in a world where, in Africa, community is a big thing, and it's the ethos of how we're all brought up, of Ubuntu. So, the traditional leaders, the family members, the colleague at work, and mentorship, we shouldn't view it as, a formal arrangement, but each and every encounter and experience with the next person, for me, I believe that, if you are able to deduce some knowledge or impact, that is also a form of mentorship. It's an ongoing life experience.
It's an ongoing life experience. Thank you for that. But let's look at these different types of mentorships, and perhaps if you at NTG Solutions are exploring this, and in what ways you are doing that, if you are.
For us at NTG, we have, mentorship through our training academy, through the learners that have gone through our spatial data science skills program, and also we've got interns that we absorb from institutions of higher learning that have started the professional journey here, and they have transitioned into the next phase in their careers. For us, it's a multifaceted type of mentorship within the organization in all the different business units that we have in the organization.
All right. And then perhaps in finality, if we were to rethink mentorship as a long-term investment in people rather than something that we engage in once off, as a once-off intervention, if you will, what do you think that would require for us to make it a sustainable way of really building on systems and supporting relationships and supporting a new generation of, incoming specialists or practitioners, as it were? What do you think that long-term investment should look like?
That long-term investment is a shift, firstly, in our mindset and moving beyond short-term interventions into a longer-term intervention. And for me, I truly believe that, education, it's one of the practical way in how we can actually infuse mentorship into a long-term commitment that actually then creates new pathways into employment, skills development, continuous learning for the new generation, because we are now, moving from the fourth industrial revolution to the fifth industrial revolution. But however, we have to ensure that, we are up to date with the current changes. But for me, it's that investment in education.
Right. Investment in education. Well, I think you're doing wonderful work. Perhaps if I'd like to explore your data science programs and your mentorship program that will follow through after that, where can I find NTG Solutions?
You can find NTG Solutions on our website, www.ntgsolutions.co.za, and information regarding our Spatial Intelligent Data Science Skills Program is there. And we really infused, training into geomatics, which is surveying, development, planning, GIS, research and innovation, into really a practical way that provides people with a skill that is relevant in the current first industrial revolution that we are operating in.
Okay, this is such important work that you are doing. Geospatial Development Consultancy, that's NTG Solutions. Thank you very much, Ms. Dikwayo. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for the opportunities.
Thank you. Nyawa Dikwayo, Managing Director at NTG Solutions. If you just Google them, they're highly Googleable. You'll be able to find out about this development work that they are doing, the geospatial development work that they're doing as a consultancy. And also, I think it's wonderful that they've got such great emphasis on the mentorship program as well through this work. It is exactly 11:30. Figileli Ngwati standing by with the latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Let's kick off with football news this hour. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has taken a strategic approach to the next leg of the international season, naming a 43-man squad to assemble in Johannesburg on Sunday ahead of the test against Argentina in Buenos Aires on 8th of August. And the blockbuster rugby's greatest rivalry, the RGR series against New Zealand. 10 season Boks